Our second act has performed a variation of this skit 3 different times. And tonight, it will make it number 4. These 1975 graduates were asked to put together a skit for our first talent night in 1996. Now, a common thread among these men was that each had a child in the elementary school at that time. And when one reluctant group member was asked last night, why do you guys do it? Why are you going on stage and putting on the talent night skit again? Well, his answer was, because Sacred Heart asked. Now, it took a little bit of coaxing to get these men out of retirement and into character, so please welcome in order their appearance. Not coming out right now. No, they're still setting up. Dave, the principal, Andrys. Hold on. I gotta take this. No, now's not a good time. No, I think everybody gave. Okay, fine. $100. Yep, fine. That was the development office. I either donated to the music fund or the tonight's dessert. Next character is Jim, the gentleman, LaMoine. Mark, the ex-sheriff, LeTexier. Steve, the construction guy, Cariveau. And Tom, Spud Boy, Kaiser.
I would like to say that these gentlemen it did take a long time to talk them into doing this again. It is a message that they portray that can only be done through their actions. What you're about to see, if you've never seen the Lighthouse, will probably be burned into your brain for the rest of the night. Talent Night was something that was started, and it's been a minor little fundraiser, but it's been a lot of fun. As you saw with the Andrys sisters, which was a surprise, I didn't know that they were coming out. That's another thing that we burned into your brain. It's been a fun little project that we've done year after year. The first year was fun, and the Lighthouse was a skit that my wife had come up with, and we decided to do it. Somehow we talked these gentlemen into doing it, and afterwards they kind of liked it, they did it. So give them some encouragement as we do it. It's a very dramatic, very serious type of production, so please bear with us as we go through this. As Phil mentioned last night, Steve said, because Sacred Heart asked, and I thought that says it all, so it really does. Another point is that, as Phil mentioned, he kind of took all my steam here, that we had kids at Sacred Heart. All of us are classmates at 75. All of us had our kids attending Sacred Heart at the same time. So it was kind of neat. We grew up together at Sacred Heart and continue to be part of this parish and school. So once again, we'll get started. Another thought while I was thinking too is, you may not know what a lighthouse is. You might have to Google that and find out. The lighthouse stands on the rocky shores of Dover, casting its lights to the east and to the south and to the north and to the west. The aged lighthouse keeper begins his weary climb up the 7 long flights of stairs. One flight he goes. Up another flight of stairs. Unmindful of below him, a villain is beginning his ascent up the top. The lighthouse keeper has gone to the 5th flight. He pauses a bit to look out at the sea. Then he continues up the next flight of stairs. As the villain goes up his flight, he laughs a villainous laugh as he follows the keeper up the stairs. The keeper climbs the final flight. And takes his position out looking at the sea. The villain hurries up the final flight of stairs. He seizes the old man. And a fierce fight ensues. But the old man is no match to the villain, who swiftly drops him to the floor and kills him. He quickly robs the old man and then begins his dash down the stairs. Down 1 flight, down 2 flights. After going the 3rd flight, the villain looks around him and then dashes down the 4th. And the 5th flight of stairs, as if all the demons of hell were after him. Down the 6th, and then the final flight of stairs. The daughter, meanwhile, she pauses a moment and calls. Receiving no answer, she hurries up the 3rd flight. And then the 4th flight of stairs. Again calling. Becoming worried because she gets no reply, she hurries up the 5th flight, and then the 6th flight, and then the final flight of stairs. She sees the blood-stained body of her father. She embraces him, crying. Then she rushes down 1 flight of stairs. Down another. Then a 3rd. She pauses and calls. Then she continues her descent down the 4th. Then the 5th. And the 6th flight. Again calling. daughter grabs her by the waist and half dragging, half carrying her. They continue up the stairs. They ascend the 4th flight. Then the 5th. And the 6th. And finally, reaching the top. The mother screams, falls on her knees, and embraces the dead body of her beloved husband, crying out, the daughter looks at her mother, and together they pick Ebenezer up. They begin their mournful journey down 1 flight of stairs. Down another flight of stairs. The body is getting heavier and heavier as they descend to the 3rd. And the 4th. And the 5th flights. They gently set the body down. The mother and daughter hug each other. And then they take the final 6th and 7th flights. The final flight. They took the final flight. Meanwhile, the villain returns to the scene of his crime. Up 1 flight, upstairs, and then another. He goes up faster the 3rd. And then the 4th. He pauses to see if he's being followed. And then madly dashes up the 5th. And the 6th. And the 7th flight of stairs. Then, to his horror, he sees no body. So filled with fear, he dashes wildly down the 1st flight of stairs. Then the 2nd. And the 3rd flights. And the 4th flight of stairs. In the absolute terror, he runs howling into the dark of the night.